Hello people, how are we? I'm assuming this thing's working, so I shall say hello Mark from Mark Shrimp Tanks, Scott Alien World Aquatics, Stephanie, Hayley, hello my dear, Sandy, how the devil are you? Rod, howdy, Big J, howdy. How is everyone this fine evening? That's gone out. Oh, Griffin Fisher, we've got some new names turn up. Hey Chris, yeah, thank you very much. Enjoy your Star Wars marathon. Remember, there are 3 movies that don't exist. We don't speak of those. Hey RLC, hey Pam. Or Pa, whichever you want to go with. So as usual, where I start is what's been going on in the fish room this week. Oh, rotate around, have a slight adjustment of angles, etc. Just so you can actually see some fishies. Somewhere around there, I do. Not a huge amount this week. I had one platy pass. Poor little platy. Hi Brian. But I'm thinking that in the black and orange line of platies I have, these ones, there might be some kind of genetic issue going on, because that's about the 3rd one I've had now that's died during childbirth. Oh yeah, definitely Scott. Yep, we'll have a good nap at some point. Yeah, I'm a big nerd about that kind of stuff as well. Dennis, Tater Salad, how you doing? So yeah, I think so I've lost 3 or 4 platies now, and they've all gone during childbirth, as it were, breech births or such. So I'm wondering whether there's some kind of genetic flaw crept into the line somewhere, whether it's interbreeding parents and daughters. Hey Zoe, Kitty, hey Melvin, hey Dan, hey Bob. But yeah, 1 platy is no big loss, really. I mean, it's always sad, but the way I look at it is it makes space in the tank for another fish. I did go and do a little bit of shopping this morning, or this afternoon. Yeah, this afternoon. I'll get my times sorted at some point. And I got, as you may have seen from the thumbnail, big chunk of wood. Yes, I've got wood. Went to Pets at Home, the UK version of Petco or PetSmart, and yeah, I mean that's a heavy piece of wood, £8, so I couldn't really say no. Sorry, quid is pounds for the Americans. I've not tried the Tropica aquarium soil, so I thought I'd give some of that a go, just to see how it does, really, because I tried several other ones, and it was good enough for George Farmer. It should be good enough for me. Oh dear, Zoe. Yep, definitely get yourself a blanket or a duvet. Have a snuggle down. Not fish related, but treats for Tony the bunny and chew sticks. Not my bunny, he's Mary's daughter's bunny, but he's like the coolest bunny ever. And then I thought, you know, X29, why yes it is, well spotted. Yeah, teeny tiny 1/144th scale X29, to be honest. Yeah, well spotted to see that one. See, Tony doesn't bite, he licks people. He gives you a lick and a kiss. You get a dirty look, then you get a foot stamp, then he walks away from you, and then he'll give you a little warning nip, but he's never actually bitten anyone. But anyway, so having bought the wood and the substrate, you know how it goes. I thought I'd better get something to put them in. So I'm not going to hold that up for long. Oh, that is a Russian Su-57 Bearcat. The Soviet version of the X-29, the one that actually worked. And that is actually 1/72nd scale. So yeah, that's a 40 litre or around about 11-gallon tank with the lights and the filter and blah, blah, blah. So I've got that ready to sort up. When you're going, I think it's something to do above a certain speed, it actually lowers the drag. It's to do with the complicated aerodynamics and stuff. I'm not an aerodynamicist, but plus it looks cool. And, you know, hey D, you can lurk at me anytime you like, Amber. You're more than welcome to lurk and be creepy. Hey Chewy. So yes, 40 litre tank. Just got to find somewhere to put it, and then figure out what I'm going to put in it. At the moment, I'm thinking probably pair of a pistogramma. Killing kids on the PC. Yeah, you keep killing the kids, Mark. So yeah, pair of pistogramma, either cacatoides or one of the other different flavors. Planted, obviously, because why wouldn't you? And it's going to have a bristle nose, let's be honest. If I'm going to have a tank that's big enough, it's going to have a bristle nose in it. And then some kind of smaller, pretty dithery type fish. So, yeah, tank was from Pets at Home Rod. It's 85 reduced to 75. And because I'm in the VIP club, in other words, I filled out a little form. I got the vouchers, so I had 10% off of that as well. So £7.50 or 75 is £67.50. So not a bad deal. If I'd have bought, working it out, the other one they had, Vegeta Red. Oh, I'll have to look into them, Dan. The other one I was looking at was a 24 litre, but by the time I added a light to it, it would have been about 10 or less, and it's like half the size. So yeah, I'd say Pets at Home, much like a Petco or a PetSmart. I mean, obviously I've never been to one, but there are good ones and there are bad ones. Like John KG Tropical says, you know, it's not the store, it's down to the individual employees, and thankfully the local one to me, yeah, I'd say it's not what I'd call a specialist place, but it's got the stuff you kind of want, usually a decent price. To be honest, the fish in my local one are really quite healthy, and yeah, the people who are in there, the people who deal with the fish department, are fish keepers, so they know the questions to ask, they know what fish will go well with what, that kind of thing. So it's clean, it's always in good, always looks good, it's always clean, it's always tidy. Yes, okay, there might be the occasional ex-guppy in a tank or, you know, something like that, but that happens. They can't be there 24/7 scooping out any dead fish the moment they die. Yeah, it's going to happen. And if I go into a fish store and I see 1, 2, maybe 3 dead fish, depending on the size of the store. That doesn't bother me. If I start seeing ill fish, I'm going to name anyway, Swallow Aquatics in East Harling. Went in there last week, and in at least 3 of the tanks, I saw a bacterial infection on the fish. And that is kind of regarded as like the pinnacle of fish keeping in East Anglia, really. I mean, you know, it's, if you see one tank that's got a couple of sick fish, you're probably not going to buy any that day, but it's not going to really put you off. But that's where I got the, yeah. If it's died of something, you know, natural causes or been killed by another fish, Bob, then I would leave it in the tank and let the other fish, let the other fish eat it if they want, or the snails. It's not going to do any harm. If it had some kind of disease or illness or infection, I would pull it out of the tank anyway. And depending on the fish it was, if it was, say, a guppy, I mean, if I spotted a guppy who got columnaris or something like that, after having had columnaris once and not wanting it ever again, I would probably just pull it straight out the tank straight away and put it out of its misery. You know, cull it, literally. Purely because, I mean, let's be honest, it's a guppy. They're going to cost you, if you, even if you want to replace it, it's going to cost you £2.50, £3. If it passes something on to everything else in the tank, which is what happened, so the Bozeman Eye Rainbow that's in there, I bought 4 of them from Swallow Aquatics. Within 24 hours, the first one had to come out of the tank because it had what I didn't know was at the time, but it was ill. Within 2 days, that one was dead, and a second one had died. The next day, a third one had died, and then I figured out it was columnaris. So I've not bought fish from there since. But one of the tanks that had the bacterial infection had 1 fish in it, a Maboo puffer at £250. Yeah, no. Baby Batman's flaring at a snail, bless him. At least he's flaring at something alive, Haley. Norman falls out with the thermometer. Yeah, exactly. No, the betters don't stay in cups. I mean, they're not big tanks, but they are fish tanks. They're, I don't know, Dan, what kind of size would you say? 2-3 litre, maybe half gallon, 1 gallon, something like that. Yeah, I'll say, Amber. Yeah, I've got plenty of fishies buried in the garden. But yeah, they tend to go overnight. Let's be honest. You tend to wake up in the morning, turn the lights on, and spot either a fresh dead one, in which case I'll whip them out. But if it's already covered in trumpet snails, yeah, I just leave it. The trumpet snails soon finish them off. But yeah, I don't think anywhere in the UK does keep betters in cups, which is a good thing. And I don't want to knock the US, but I do think our animal cruelty, animal health, husbandry laws are a little more up to date, shall we put it that way, in regards to what you can and can't do. For example, if you're mistreating a dog and someone reports it, they can take your dog away. You can get taken to court, fined, get a prison sentence, and get banned from keeping all animals for life. Yeah, that kind of thing. Yeah, I'll say no, nothing in. Yeah, it's. I mean, they're not big tanks, but they're not full-grown betters, to be honest. I mean, most of them aren't much bigger than inch and a half, including tail. So yeah, and let's be honest, they're only going to be in there a week at most before someone buys them. Yeah, I understand you've been really busy, Haley. I mean, sorry, rather you than me, but you got to do what you got to do. You'll get through it and you'll come out the other side and you'll sleep for a month. But these things happen. Life has a habit of biting you in the ass when you least want it to. And yeah, still not sponsored, which is why I run the cheap brand this week. They do in the UK, Bob. It's we had one. There was one recently where someone actually got done for mistreating a goldfish. I mean, nothing really came of it, but it all got reported, and he got taken to court, and well, he got arrested. I don't know if it got to court, but it's cheap one from B&M. This is Lidl's special. This one, Dan. It's even cheaper. Surprise eggs or surprise babies? Well, I mean, baby fish are the best fish, and surprise baby fish are even better. Unless they're guppies, then they're live food. Yeah, there was. I remember that one, Mark. Yeah. Put bleach in her husband's fish tank, and she got jailed for it. Well deserved. I mean, she should have just bleached his clothes. Just got all his shirts or t-shirts and just done the cock and balls on them in bleach. Because Nerite snails are cool. That's why, Haley. Nerite's rock. Yeah, it's a pet. It's an animal. They all basically have the same rights. I'm not entirely sure. I think goes as far as farm animals. No trapping, and the hunting laws are very tight as well as to what you can use if you want to hunt. I mean, there's no bow hunting allowed in the UK, and obviously then getting a gun license to shoot things is a bit trickier. Well, then, so a couple of the Nerites in there. I think most puffers would even. I think probably even Murphy might struggle to eat. There's Big Bob. When you see a Nerite crawling across the glass and it casts a shadow on the substrate. Yeah, you generally just see the foot and then the two little feelers just sort of wandering around out the front as they trundle about the tank. But yeah, all snails are awesome. Nerites are fun. Pond snails are good, especially when they go surfing on the flow. Where you just sort of let go of a plant, pop up to the surface in the flow, and they're zooming across the other side of the tank. It's like they know what they're doing. Like they know I want to be over there, and if I do this, it's easier. But yeah, certainly interesting fishies, or snailies, even. Same difference, really. Everything we have living in our tank is a pet. Right down to all the little random microorganisms that are in there. Oh, hello, Ginger. She's growing well as well, so. Oh, no, she's spotted me and hid again. So, as usual, I've had a bit of a busy kind of a weekend, so I haven't really got anything planned. If there was anything that anyone wanted to talk about or ask about, yeah, rams ones. Yeah, all snails are fun to watch. I never understand why someone gets the. There are snails in my tank. How do I get rid of them? How do I kill them? Just leave them be. They're all part of the biosystem. Because we all know about the nitrogen cycle, but once that's up and running, then you want to get the biocycle, as I'm calling it at the moment, up and running. Oh yeah, you got to kill mosquitoes. Anything that's gonna try and eat you, you kill it. It's that simple. I mean, yeah, I can't really obviously I'm not a vegetalist, and I can't preach about don't kill animals because I'm in Norfolk, Rod. Devil's arsehole of the country. I used to work in a chicken factory, so I can't preach about not killing animals because yeah, it's something Clarkson said once, man, and it's stuck with me, vegetalist. Oh yeah, definitely, Scott. Yeah, yeah. Wolf spiders. That's it. Act of war is sometimes there's no choice. Nuclear war, nuclear orbital strike is the only way to get rid of them and make sure. Although I did have quite an amusing one a couple of months ago where one decided I had the lid off this for some reason, cleaning or something. One decided to drop off the ceiling and land in the tank. Yes, John Wilson did live just down the road from me. I knew him. Yep, I knew Johnny Wilson. Not much of a claim to fame. He wasn't as nice a guy as he made out on TV. Yeah, with that, Bob, that was I'll try and explain it without going into certain terms that fire off YouTube's algorithms. Certain people, well, I mean, a large chunk of the modeling community, especially the armor modeling community, like to build World War II German tanks, specifically Tigers, Panthers, that kind of thing. And they only build German tanks. And every so often, you have to call them out. Now, I haven't got a problem with someone who, I like the look of a Panther tank, so that's what I'm going to build. That doesn't bother me because I build mostly Russian tanks. I build everything else as well, but But some people take it that bit further, and then some people take it that bit further and start wearing SS uniforms and having crooked cross flags behind them, and so I've got no time for people like that, so I call them out. The other one I have for spiders is I have Zach. Zach the cat. Every so often he'll just be sat there and he'll stick his head under the sofa or something and you'll just hear a crunch, 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 crunch. And he sits back and looks at you and he's got the legs sticking out of his mouth going. Another good one is lacquer thinner in an airbrush or acetone. That kills them pretty quick as well. But yeah, spiders are fine, but they got to stay outside. It's sort of like Jurassic Park. Yeah, that's a good rule, Hayley. Yeah, it's a warning sign to others. Yeah, there's probably a couple. Hey Joseph, how you doing? So just rolling a non-PG-13 cigarette. Well, any cigarette is non-PG-13. But I suppose if I were to roll one on camera, that would class as an instructional video in how to smoke. Yeah, don't anger the dragon. Mind you, the killer rabbit versus the dragon, I don't know who'd win that one. My money's on the rabbit. It's probably not much smaller than the dragon. Hey, Select Pet. Yeah, you're just letting them know if you come in here, you're going to die, so don't come in here. That seems sensible to me. I mean, now I say that being in the UK where our spiders aren't dangerous. It's not like we got black widows or anything like that over here. Well, we have, but Hey Cheryl, how you doing? Bugger salt. I'm going to have to. Yeah, started up perfectly fine, Mark. I'm just going straight through YouTube Studio, so I'm not using anything like Streamlabs or OBS or anything clever. Yeah, good point, Mandy. I've had that happen before. I've come in and found a small mound of ants. What the heck's that? Look closer, see the ants, then realise they're just ripping a spider to shreds and taking the bits back to the nest. Yeah, the problem, Hayley, with the shoe is when you miss and they run up your leg. I've had it before. I've got up in the morning, come downstairs, and me being a not single Joseph, I live alone. A man that lives alone, I don't necessarily like fold my clothes up and put them neatly to one side before I go to bed or anything. I just like undo the belt, undo the trousers, drop. Yeah, I've got small feet, Hayley. I can miss. But yeah, so go to pull my shorts on in the morning and have a wolf spider go running down my leg. That's not how you want to wake up in the morning. Trust me. That before you've had coffee, it's just, or caffeine of any description, is not good. It's bad for your health. Your heart should not start beating that fast that early in the morning. You'll be fine, Amber. Just remember, smile sweetly, enunciate clearly, and remember they're all just as big a fish nerd as you are. You know, they'll love you. We all do. Yeah, so we have had some of the false widows around this area, and I think there's some of the brown recluses have been found as well. I've woken up with a spider in my mouth, Dan. Don't worry about it. I actually got bitten on the inside of the lip by one once because I woke up with it in my mouth and went, and then threw it at the wall. Banana spiders are evil. I worked in, and I won't say that. I worked in a supermarket. Um, oh yes, Mark. Yeah, that one. That's yeah. I mean, I've nearly done that. I've had a minor drippage, minor overflow. Um, the I'm old school. I use buckets and siphons. I got the Denala, whatever, however it's pronounced, Nano Vac, which I use for the smaller tanks, well, the flexes usually. And the hose on that has got a clip on it, so you clip it to the bucket. And for some reason, I clipped it the wrong way around, so the hose was going outside the bucket. Stuck the other end in the tank, pumped it away, started siphoning, and thought, why can't I hear water going in the bucket? Looked down, I was siphoning it on the floor. But yeah, at least I didn't do a Dan and spill a bucket full of fish poop on the floor. But yeah, Joseph, if I had a black widow, I wouldn't be feeding it. I would be getting a can of deodorant and a lighter or an airbrush filled with lacquer thinner and a lighter. Yeah, that thing would be toast. Yeah, you're going to be just fine, Amber. Don't panic. And here you go. Have a big good luck hug before you start. Yeah, hairspray and lighter. Yeah, well, it is a very, very efficient way of getting rid of spiders, Mark. It gets rid of all the web as well. Thank you for watching, Tara. Welcome back anytime. Oh dear, what you been up to, Bob? My hugs are safe, Bob. Are you just jealous? I'm in a relationship. They're just friendly hugs. They're big furry Wookiee hugs. Oh, Ewok hugs. Oh, yeah, you'll be fine, Amber. Yeah, you might want to put the tarpaulin down, Dan. That or don't fill the buckets quite so full. Yeah, leave yourself a bit of space and take your time, not rush. Yeah, that'll work, Select Bet. Yep, yep, been there, done that. I did it with nitromethanol. Problem with nitromethanol, which you may or may not know, is it burns with a clear flame. So you're not even the only way you know if it's burning is you see a heat haze. No, not yet, Mark. I think I need another 1,000 viewing hours. It's creeping up though. We're getting there. I can pop my PayPal is my email, so I can pop that in the chat if anyone's feeling particularly flush. Help if I actually clicked on the chat bar, wouldn't it, really? Dumbass. There we go. That should be it. Yeah, be very careful, Dan. But yeah, it's nitromethanol. Don't play with it, kids. Vicious stuff. I mean, I've seen videos of drag racing where the fuel has gone up. Basically, you just see a guy getting sunburnt really quick and dancing. You don't see flame, you just see a heat haze come off of it. But then it's yeah, it's kind of highly flammable stuff. Sharpie. Oh dear. Have you been drinking, Bob, or haven't you been drinking? It's one or the other. You've either not drunk enough or you've drunk too much. Have you been on Pam's Fireball? Is that what it is? Yeah, I'll say, no. Handle broke. I wouldn't blame you, Dan. I would have literally kicked the bucket and sworn at it. Make sure it was obvious that it wasn't my fault. But I do that, Kim, that kind of thing when there's, is it the phalanx? I think it might be Tacom do a phalanx. I'm pretty sure someone does do a model of it. I know I've seen them somewhere. There's the close in weapon spot. That's the, yeah, I know the one you mean. Because I saw one in 35th scale and I was wondering whether I could attach it to a tank hull. 9 for 4 days. Oh dear, you're not coming down with a dose of lady flu, are you, Hayley? Oh dear. That is the problem when you get worn out. You start getting a bit run down. You do pick everything up. Yeah, it is super cool. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there is a model of it. I'm just trying to think. Who makes it? I think it might not be the Phalanx, but I think either Tacom or Meng make one. And I'm pretty sure you'd find a whole bunch in. That's in styrene. You'd probably find a whole bunch of different manufacturers in resin in the various different scales. Life size model. Oh dear. I struggle with 1/35th scale. That life size, the parts will be well too big. Well, if I'm going to build something life size, I'm going to build me a Christina Hendricks. Oh, no, just don't overdo it too much, Hayley, and put yourself in a blooming hospital. Now you got as much as you need the work, you need the money. You got to listen to your body. When your body says nope, it's time at least take a day or two off before you end up having to take a week or two or a month off. It's trust me, been there, done that. Although, yeah, that will be an interesting stream, I have to admit. Hayley hires a kite. Man flew a boat. Yeah, there's It's very hard to tell the difference, Dan, man flu and Ebola. I mean, they're both fatal. Yeah, it's that time of year, unfortunately, when all the little bugs are going around. Oh yeah, but I mean, teaching the kids, teaching karate, you're going to be fit. Let's be honest, physically fit. Didn't mean I fancy you. And after a certain amount of time, your immune system gets used to them. So you get a minor cold where you might have the sniffles or a bit of a cough for a couple of days. Someone like me who tries to stay away from crowds and people in general tends to come down with full-blown man flu. But yeah, it's just an excuse to smoke more. If my throat's going to hurt anyway, I might as well smoke. You know. Liz and hi Haley, that would be hilarious. Get destroyed. You'll. Yeah, check the back of your chair, Dan, for polonium. That might be it. When the women get sick and can't take care of us. It's because we try and take care of you and then we catch it off you. That's the problem, Mandy. Mary's had a cold this week, so I've seen her today, so I'll probably have it next week. It's tricky. But then would I rather go another week without a hug and a kiss, or would I have the hug and the kiss and catch a cold? I'd rather have the cold and the hug and a kiss. G'day, Prawn a lot. How you doing? First time you've been here? Or second? I can't remember. And to be fair, I see so many names in different streams that getting a headache. And some days I have trouble remembering my own name. So at one point I was thinking of getting my own name tattooed on my arm so I don't forget it. I know it is early in Oz, Prawn. So I tried to time the stream so that it's a sensible time for the UK and the US and not ludicrously early for Oz. Yeah, exactly. I tried to time it, so it's a good time for me. And no, try and time it so it works for most people if possible. Now, obviously, with the worldwide fish fan, it's a bit tricky, but there we go. And as far as I'm aware, I think I'm the only regular English fish tube streamer. So, unless there's someone else who does it regularly, other than George Farmer. Well, obviously we've got Mark, but no offense, Mark, you're in Norway. And that's Shrimp Tube anyway. And I'll say, anyone in here who isn't aware, click and subscribe and ding-a-ling Mark's bell. Awesome channel. All the knowledge is on the shrimp that you could possibly want. Yeah, so I try to watch as. Yeah, I'm going to sit here for 1,000 hours, James. That's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to stream constantly for 1,000 hours, hoping there's one person there. Oh, I know I suck at this, but hey. Yeah, I mean, I say the people I don't catch live, I do try to catch the replay the next day, or MD. Ah, yeah, MD does stream now as well. Yes. Yeah, that does remind me. I've got a. I always put myself down, Mark. I am a eternal pessimist. I mean, come on, I'm a Spurs fan. I've got to be pessimistic. I'm not a glass half empty or a glass half full. I'm a who nicked my sodding glass. Yeah, it's. I'll say it's. I did see there's one guy who's doing marine stuff, Cheryl. I think I watched a couple, but no, it's one of those things. I mean, I completely understand if people find me, my accent, the way I do things off-putting or a turn off. Because there are people I don't watch simply because the personality or the way they do it or how they are as a person just doesn't jibe with what I want to watch. So it's the thing. There are so many fish tubers these days. It's hard to keep track of who's who and who's doing what. Yeah, I say fan, Dan. I haven't actually watched anything for a couple of years now. It's I'm from Bishop Stortford, which is in Hertfordshire, just north of London, which is where Spurs' old training ground used to be. So we used to go down there on our bikes when we were little kiddies and go watch Spurs train. Plus, most of my family were Arsenal fans, so I mean, yeah, that's one reason why I'm the black sheep of the family. There are many other reasons why I'm the black sheep of the family as well, but there we go. Oh dear. And Mark has just completely confused everyone who isn't English and a football fan. Yeah, I say I'm not saying that the people are bad YouTubers or the content's bad. It just doesn't either grab me, pull me in, hold my attention. When it comes to actually just watching a video on YouTube, if it's too short, I won't watch it. If it's all fast cuts. Yeah, look at this, epic, awesome, amazing. Yeah, look at this. Let's go over here, and then chuck. I'm like, whoa, that's too much. No, off. Let's find someone who's slower and steadier. Let's just. Well, there you go. Well, I mean, got to say it, Prawny, your accents evolved from our accents. Yeah. Leave the purse alone, Joseph. Leave the purse alone. You don't want to find out what is in a woman's bag or purse. Trust me on that one. It's like the black hole of Calcutta in there. Oh. Well, on the upside down, at least you left a bit of a clean mark behind you. So I don't think in the US that the supporters of various clubs. I don't think it goes quite as far as it does in the UK. So in the UK, if you're a football fan, you're a fan of one club alone. Two at most, but that second one has got to be about 5 divisions lower than the other one or higher, so they never play each other. Now yeah, there you go, Mark. Let me just call Alice as well. We'll get you scrubbed down with a toothbrush. Yeah, it's. I mean, have you ever had riots at American football games or baseball games or basketball games where one group of fans has literally basically started a war with the other group of fans in or outside the stadium? Yeah, pretty much. So I'll probably sound fairly Aussie in the summers then, because I hate the heat. I'm definitely a cold weather person. It's because I'm fat and furry. Yeah, I think that is the main difference in sports between the US and the UK is we will have a war over which team we support. Especially if you're of a certain age like I am, where you remember the proper hooliganism of the 80s. Yeah, not a great advert, but no. True though, Dan. You know, I've had people say, "Oh, you like football? Oh, I'm an Arsenal fan," and the very first word out of my mouth begins with C. Yeah, you can do it, Amber. Breathe deep. Zen. Undo another button just in case. Sorted. Sorry, Joseph. Oh, keg warmers. Take it you mean leg warmers, Cheryl. Yeah, but there's nothing of you though, Cheryl, is there? Ah, hey Connor. How you doing, buddy? Yeah, I don't like cold, says the guy living in Norway. Well, you got winter is about 6 months of the year, is it something like that? How many feet of snow have you got? Yeah, and it's nothing to do with me, Connor. Don't blame me. Oh, keg warmer, some people like their beer warm. Yeah, I've been hearing Aquamate and Blackie. Yeah, I don't. Yeah, I don't. No, no. Too hot, and there's too many things down there that want to kill you with their face. I'm quite happy in the UK. But the only thing that usually wants to kill me is Arsenal fans. Aware I'm wearing a red T-shirt. Excuse my military gear. Yeah, true, true. 40 degrees for 5 days. Oh, yeah. Well, good luck, Amber. Mwah, mwah, mwah. You nail it, girl. You got it in you. We all believe in you. I said, just smile and take a deep breath. We know you'll rock it. Ah, yes. Yeah, I don't care what they call civvy gear, what kind of random names. No, Atari. Mark, this is an old Atari T-shirt. This thing's probably older than Connor. Yeah. Yeah, it's military cold weather clothing is a lot warmer than civilian cold weather clothing. But you know, I've got all my old cold weather fishing gear, so I'm okay when it snows. Got my sealskin socks, my thermal insulated windproof gloves, and full suit. Basically like a skiing suit, but you couldn't ski in it because it's too thick and padded. Basically, you can sit there in sub-zero conditions, not moving, and you don't freeze. Well, not for a few hours anyway, but I've been fishing and had to break the ice to fish through it. Movie stash, yeah, Prawny, that's a small part of the movie stash. Yeah, I've got well in excess of 1,000 DVDs. Yeah, sealskins are waterproof, thermal, and breathable as well. I'm not quite sure how that works, how they'd be breathable but waterproof, but thermal's on 2 layers over the top, still cold. I've got a t-shirt and a pair of jeans on, and I'm too hot, Cheryl. And I've not really got the heating on either. Oh, no, I'm thinking about opening the door to get some cool air in. Let's put it that way. Then I've got plenty of padding. 70 degrees. Yeah, sealskins. They're expensive, but they're definitely worth it. They'll keep feet toasty. I mean, I would grab mine and show you, but they are fishing socks, so you really don't want to see them. Yeah, I mean, the cling film in the toilet bowl is hilarious. It always is. I mean, it's funny enough when someone goes for a leak, but when they go for a poop, it just looks like it's levitating. A Jamba shirt. Yeah, just shirt with Joseph and Amber's faces on it, with crowns on. Prince and princess. Because let's be honest, we've already got the king and queen, so now we can have the prince and the princess. Job at Chewy, long johns, jeans, long socks, undershirt, long sleeve shirt, t-shirt. Job at Ilog, pajama pants and a tank top. Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. 40 quid a week on it. Wow. Windows are broke. Yeah. Yeah, that's not good, Cheryl. I had to break the surface to get in my car. Yeah. I mean, so last winter when we had we had the cold snap, or when it was cold for a bit. It was getting down to -10 Celsius centigrade, -10 science. Let's call it that. I was working basically outdoors. It's basically 3 walls and a roof, and the other wall is basically open because it's a lorry docking bay. So you got a hole big enough to unload a lorry through, and 2 more doors as well. It was -10. I was thin trousers, trainers, short sleeve polo shirt, and high vis vest. That was it. You should have said, Cheryl, I can send you plenty of gas. This isn't the way I've been today. Jeez. I wouldn't be surprised if I blew the duvet off during the night. Sir Prawn a lot. Yep. Knight of the Realm. I'm not sure which realm, but you know. Yeah, I think Mars got quite a lot of tanks with quite a lot of heaters and quite a lot of lights. I think it's probably the lights actually that cost the most to run, rather than because air pumps and air pumps and filters, power filters, they cost bugger all to run, and the actual power drain on them is minimal. Nah, yeah, well, Fish Nerd's cool enough for me, Joseph. So the heater is only going to be on when it needs to be on, but if you're heating the room, I mean, general living temperature for most humans isn't actually, general room temperature isn't that much lower than a tropical tank temperature. And so the heater might be 50 or 100 watts, but it's not on that often. Whereas if you've got a 12-watt light, so that's 12.5 watt in there, the kit one. Oh dear. But yeah, I mean, if that's on 12 hours a day, the light is probably pulling more power than anything else in that tank. Is it 100 watt heater? No, it's a 200 watt heater. But yeah, you probably find it's the lights that pull the most power. Yeah, so I have no heating on upstairs whatsoever. I have storage heaters in my house. I have one of them on. And yeah, I don't have any heating on upstairs ever. I don't like a hot bed. I prefer to get in the bed all cold, nice and cold and comfy, then get snug and warm. Then halfway through the night, chuck all the covers off because I've overheated. Or as of lately, wake up halfway through the night because my back's playing up. But there we go. That's probably just been sat on my butt for too long, not doing enough. So, Carl Haley, I mean, the bear's like me, kind of size and shape wise. Insulation wise, so we don't need a lot of heating to keep us warm. Heat blanket, heat 3 blankets. Well, I mean, again, there's not exactly a lot of you though, is there, Haley? You've not got a lot of insulation and padding, so that has been proven that slender, delicate people don't hold the heat in as well as larger, fuller figured or more curvaceous. 5 more minutes. Yeah, if you get into the bed and it's already warm, all you're going to do is just get hotter. Hey, Alice. How are you, honey bunny? How's the basement? How long until baby shrimp eats once I realise I'll bury my own? Um, I would, I would think. I mean, congratulations on having good enough eyesight to see the eggs. I've got eyes. I wouldn't have thought it'd be much longer. A few days, maybe a week. Yeah, I'd have gone probably a higher percentage of coffee, Haley. I'd have gone maybe 80-20. There's nothing wrong with a tangent of wild better goodness. But you know how to keep your feet warm, Haley. Just stick them on the bear's back. That'll be fine. Ah, hey, Lynn. Long time no see. Thank you for turning up. At the moment, it's basically 7:10, Prawny. Oh, you've been deported again, Alice. Bless. Oh, hi. I mean, I'd appreciate it, Haley. Stop my back getting too hot. Ah, hey, Chevy. Chevy or Chevy fish? I'm never entirely sure. Because you got the Chevy being the car and then Chevy Chase being the actor. I can never. No, it's not that Alice has got her own island for it. It's that Alice has been put on an island. Let's put it that way. And yeah, I'm I sometimes have blood in my caffeine stream. That's the problem. Oh, yeah, yeah. Stick them on the back, Ailey. I'll soon warm them up. Chevy. Yeah. Alrighty ho. Now, this is it's a bit like with the Latin or the scientific names because they're not always Latin. Sometimes they're Latin and Greek or mixtures. You see things written, people's names written, and sometimes you go, "Yeah, actually, is that right? Is that wrong?" Especially the ones that have the cool names where they're all different random spellings of thing, and they've got numbers instead of letters, and spaces missing, and I'm looking at it trying to work it. You escaped, Alice. How long until I hunted you down and sent you back? Yeah, I mean, some of the sort of online gamer tags, I look at them going, oh, that what? And you try and pronounce it somehow, and they say something, and that's nothing like what you've got typed down there. Heat lamp. Oh, bless you. Yeah, the old 3-bar electric fire. That's what you need. See, but it's aquarium water. So it's Katapa tea then. That's nothing wrong with that. Yeah, I mean, the thing is, I got onto Xbox Live so early that my gamer tag is actually my name. And it's got me in trouble a few times with Aussies, let's put it that way. Because as any Aussies in here, like will probably know who John Sharpie is when you talk to an Australian. Back in the day, that's all we had, though, Cheryl. That or paraffin heaters. Yeah, no, not a Halo fan. I did play Halo back in the day, but no, it just never really appealed. It was kind of identikit shooter. And back when it first came out, it was pretty revolutionary, but the longer it's gone on, the more behind it actually is. And these days, pretty much all I play is World of Warships on the console. So, Chevy Fish. There we go. Thank you. Yeah. And the amount of times I've melted the soles of my trainers on an electric fire. Apex goes to war. Oh, not played Apex, but Command and Conquer. And I remember playing the original Command and Conquers on the PlayStation. Was it? Yeah, it was the original PlayStation. I've not played any since. I can still remember some of the cheat codes. Yeah, it's good to see you, Hayley. Look after yourself, and hopefully you'll get yourself sorted and not have to kill yourself with work. Yeah, Battlefield is definitely better than COD. Ah, do I see you? I see Mr. Dan Slee. Greetings, sir. Yeah, yeah. So yeah. See, when I was playing Command and Conquer, there wasn't such a thing as online, Dan. The only way you could go online was basically, well, it weren't really online. You just run a cable between two PlayStations and played on two separate TVs back to back. Yeah, so the last COD I played was the one in the Pacific on the PlayStation 3. But then the last Battlefield, was it Battlefield Hardlines was the last Battlefield game I played. Yeah, LAN play, local area network. Yeah, so I think it's come to a point now in games where the graphics are just getting too good. I mean, you still want it to look like a game. You don't want it to look like real life. Oh yeah. You do need to get the caffeine levels up to a suitable level before you even try and converse with the rest of the planet. And yes, I'm on the cheap Tesco's Coke. And yes, this is a daily dose. Energy drinks on top. Oh, did anyone else have any questions or anything they wanted to talk about? And we'll see how we go. I don't think there's anyone on after me, as it were, until Joseph. So we can go as long as you like. Was it Rainbow Six? You could do that. The original Rainbow Six Vegas, or was that Vegas 2? That you could actually, Vegas 2. So you could get the camera for the Xbox, and then you could use it and take a photo of your own face and put that on your character. That was good fun. There were a lot of people running around with bum faces. Yeah, Worms was a classic. Just some of the prod has to be the best weapon ever. Either that or the banana bomb, just for pure carnage. That's pretty much what it takes to get my heart to beat, Mandy. No, I joke about saying my body runs on caffeine, sugar, and nicotine. It does. I didn't know, but I did actually have my face. Although I had to, at the time, I had the big goatee down to like there-ish. And I actually had, because it wouldn't recognize it as a face, so I had to pull the goatee up, tuck it behind my ears and under my glasses, so it'd recognize the shape of a face, and then it just looked like I had some weird chin strap thing going on. And it couldn't do like glasses as separate to your face, so they were just like attached. That was, yeah, it was a bit of a strange look, but hey, it worked. I did do the one where I pulled my jeans down just far enough. Was it jeans or whatever I was wearing, trousers wise? Hitched my t-shirt up, turned around and got a shot of my butt. It was a really bad camera. Right, so nothing was in like high def or anything. It was maybe in def at best. And got a blurry shot of top of my butt cheeks just sticking out the top of the whatever it was I was wearing, and sent it to one of my mates who had a bunch of his friends around. They were having a gaming party, and they were all going, "For whose boobs are they?" And I was like, "That's my backside. You've just been lusting after my ass." Yeah, Grandstand Astro Wars. But no, also I used to enjoy my racing games, driving games. But no, I say I've got more to do these days. I've got models to build, fish to watch and look after. No, I was in my early 20s, Mark. Don't worry about it. I've been living on my own since I was 18. River Ride. Oh dear, yeah. Oh yeah, that's definitely memory lane. But at least I wasn't sending dick pics to people. It was just butt pics for a laugh. But yeah, had to be done. Yeah, it's one of those things where I couldn't resist. All right. Yeah. If someone puts an opportunity for a joke like that in front of me, I struggle to resist it. If it's there and it's obvious, I have to go for it. I don't do subtle very well, but if there's a joke that it's like that's funny, it has to be done. And I've had to apologise more than a few times for doing it. Sorry, Joseph. Yep. I just can't not do it. If the joke's there, I've got to go for it. These days, with the quality of cameras, one would tell instantly it's a backside. Yep. Sorry, can't resist. Yeah, that's it. I mean, I never mean any of it in a nasty fashion. I mean, if I mean something nastily, it's obvious I mean it nastily. I just don't take anything seriously, really. Yeah. Prawny, if I get to 1 million subs, I will happily send you a picture of my butt. Fish model or something. Yeah. Yeah. Well, here we go. Question. Especially Joseph Six, he'll probably know as well. 10-gallon tank. Well, yeah. Well, if you're an Arsenal fan, then yeah, you just scum. You're scum of the earth. Filth. So 10-gallon tank, pair of Apistos, bristle nose. What would you put in there as a dither fish? As something else, just to have the extra. No. Obviously, I want to have breeding occurring because hashtag breeding is pleasure. Dan's fish. Watch him. He's good. If you don't already, you probably all do. Yeah, so neon tetra. That's one of the things I was thinking. Maybe neons, maybe cardinals. White. Of course, you're going to say white clouds. Dan. I was actually looking at some today. I had the white clouds and the golden white clouds. James, Dan's fish, your friendly fishmonger. Yeah, you're hilarious, Mark. As I say, edutainment. That to me is the key with everything. Corey's, yeah, Corey's would be cool. The only downside could be Corey's being Corey's, and yeah, they might try and go for the Apisto eggs, although the Apistos will nest in a cave. Yeah, with Apistos, Joseph. I mean, it doesn't have to be biotope. I know you'd rather biotope it. Yeah. So yeah, you got the Corys. Oh, hang on, someone's knocking on my front door. I'll be back in a moment. I'll just tell them to bugger off. Bah humbug. Bloody Christmas carolers. Pop an Oscar in there. Embers. So I've got Ember Tetras in there. Shall we? Can't see them because they're minute. Hi Willie, how you doing? Yeah. The only kind of worry I would have is more that the Apistos would eat the tank mates. As the males get rather large. I say rather large. They get a rather large mouth on them for their size. Let's put it that way. Struggle to breed with tank mates. You see, this is the thing: is I had Apistos, and then I had Columnaris, and but they bred quite happily in there, and then they bred quite happily in that 20-litre down there. So yeah, it's quite a high tank, so there's plenty of space. So we shall see. I'm sure I'll figure something out. A small dithery type fish. Yeah. No worries, Willie. We all understand that, you know, all of us who stream anything understand, you can't be there for every single stream all the time. No, life happens, especially this time of the year, coming up to the dreaded Christmas where, stuff just happens. But yeah. And I wasn't sure what kind of a pistos either. So I've had the Cacatoides Orange Flash in the past. Dan did suggest one earlier. The other one I was thinking was maybe, is it the McMaster Eye? No. Yeah, I've not had anything come up here, Chevy, so it's not showing if it's Velgeta Gold or Velgeta. I'll go with Velgeta because, I'm common. Guy that dies. You're talking about Kenny, the guy that dies. Oh my God, they killed Kenny. Yeah. Goodies or something like that. Guy that died. Pronounced like Fagita. Another thing that happens when you work in a supermarket is hearing all the interesting colloquial pronunciations of, David Bellamy. I was he in the Goodies? Well found. So I've heard fajitas or fajitas pronounced as fajitas. Yeah. Part Ella. Oh, Bill Oddie. Oh no, not Bill Oddie gone. Bellamy Oddie. Oh God, who's next? It's that time of year, isn't it? Mind you, I don't think Bill Oddie's been right for quite a while. And I don't just mean in the head, because we all know he's a bit Kitten Kong, yeah, goody, goody, yum, yum. And the world's most powerful martial art, Eki Thump. You can use it to beat ninjas, kung fu masters, armies. You just need one man trained in Eki Thump, and you can do the world, take over the world. Yeah, Eki Thump is just lethal. Just bashing people over the head with the blood sausage. Kick the camera. There's anything bad happening this time of year, I suppose. No, David Bellamy, the naturalist, the one with the interesting voice and the beard. Doesn't really narrow it down, but it means it's not Terry Nutkins because he died quite a while back, or Chris Packham. But yeah. I think, Connor, it's probably got something to do with the weather. No, I joke about it regularly, but I do live basically next to the old folks' home. And yeah, this time of year, there's a lot more ambulances turning up without any lights or sirens. And yeah. Or they turn up with the lights and sirens and they leave without them. That's, yeah. And then the very next day, the vacancy sign goes up. Now, I think Bill Oddie had some kind of episode at some point, because he's not done TV for quite a while now. And he was starting to go a bit weird when he was doing the Spring Watch. So whether he had some kind of breakdown, I don't know. But I'd assume it'd probably be fairly big news if Bill Oddie died. But no, yeah. I know where we were getting our lines crossed now, Mark. It's so Joseph's saying that if we don't put anything else in with the pistos, they're more likely to breed and do well. So yeah, I'll see how I go. Yeah, I don't know. I might turn it into a shrimp tank, or my current bristle noses or rams or something might breed, and it ends up being a fry grow out tank. You know, I mean, I've got no rush to set it up. Yeah, yep. Thanks for turning up, Mark. I shall see you Monday. Yep. Kill those kiddies, those mother effers. Or squeakers, as we used to call them. Yeah, I'll say, Mark, if you don't watch Mark, he goes live the same times as I do, but on a Monday, Wednesday, and Saturday. Shout out to some kids not putting a wreath. Oh. Yeah, I tend not to get bothered around here too much. I think everyone kind of knows to leave me alone now. I mean, anyone that is friends with me on Facebook will have seen my post I put up on there of my Christmas decorations, because this is the extent of them. Hey, I'm wearing red and green. What more do you want? That's Christmas is going to get. Although I do have a holly tree in the garden. Yep. The Platties having a meeting. Yeah, Platties are having a meeting up the corner. There's a couple of them we're expecting. There's one dropped last night, I think. So there's either a bunch of baby Platties in there, or someone had a good meal. And I'd probably say more likely that the African butterfly cichlid and the apistogramma had a good meal. Apistogramma? Crebensis, sorry. And rainbow fish. Thank you very much, Willie. Yeah. Well, I tend not to hit the glass ones with a hammer, Willie, so they tend to last longer. I'm just firing and shouting and screaming outside on the front door. Oh, bless. Yeah, I'll say it's... it's when you get the sort of teenagers turn up, especially like trick-or-treating Halloween, and they knock on the door and they go trick-or-treat, and then they've got no costume on or anything. They're just going around trying to get money. And this year, because no one gave them any money or sweets for not wearing costumes, they went around and smashed everyone's pumpkins. But they got caught. Someone knew who they were. And they got dragged up in school assembly in front of the entire school and told off and suspended. And I think they had to go out and apologise to everyone whose pumpkin they smashed as well, which is about right if you ask me. Yep. Hey Rockwood, I haven't seen you there yet so far, but the chat did start moving fairly rapidly at some points. Calm down a bit now. Yeah, it's just basic respect, that's all it is. Here the laws are in here the laws are in such a way at the moment that you basically, kids don't get punished for misbehaving. You know, back in the day, I would never have talked back to a policeman or done something like that because I'd have got clipped round the ear, dragged home, and then got a rollicking off my parents. But nowadays, no, they can't do anything to them. New development houses faces disability. Well, there you go. You scared them off, Cheryl. Yeah, so I mean, considering I am literally I'm from the town centre, I'm a 5-minute walk. It is pretty much silent here most of the time. It's only on the nights like Christmas Eve or New Year's or that, or there's been an England game where you get the drunkards coming home from the pub, but I'm normally asleep way before they come home anyway. Although there have been a couple of fights out here, but you know, I tend to sleep through all that kind of stuff if I'm asleep. I think I'd technically go to bed and die for a few hours rather than sleep. Now, has my accent been a little bit clearer tonight? I have been trying to speak more clearly. Last week, people were saying that they were having trouble understanding some of the things I was saying. That's it. I mean, it's just a mutual respect kind of thing, isn't it, Cheryl? I mean, yeah. It's like if my neighbours have a party, then they have a party. If it's someone's birthday or something like that, fair enough. I'll get a warning. Can he make out a word? Yeah. Now they'll say, we're having a do you want to come over? Or no, I don't, but but you accept that's going to happen every so often. You don't worry about it as long as they don't go on too late, which they tend not to, and but when you do get that noisy neighbour who is constantly but then I have a louder stereo. I don't care what they've got, I can drown them out. Yeah, I mean, I've generally got a bit of a reputation around here to steer clear of, as it were. Don't annoy. I mean, I'm not a nasty person most of the time. I'm not. Give me a reason, I will. Again, this came up with my Facebook memories last week. Like 4 years ago, you posted this, that kind of thing. There was the young lad who tried to snatch my bag when I was up in Norwich doing some Christmas shopping. I mean, he regretted his decision almost instantly. But there's me walking around dressed in black. Yeah, they'll turn you to fish food. Yeah, yeah, you'll be sleeping with the fishies. Yeah, you'll get nibbled to death by a guppy. Um, but I was walking around Norwich doing my Christmas shopping. Young lad tried to snatch my bag off my shoulder. He ended up A&E, accident emergency. Um, but it's like, why did you go for me when there's, you know, far easier targets? You know, there are old ladies, there are women walking around with bags hanging off their pushchairs and things like that, and you know, just chose the wrong person to try and bag snatch from, basically. Oh, CB radios, I remember them. Oh dear, didn't think you were that old, Cheryl. Yeah, I remember CBs having the, what was my handle? I can't remember what my handle was. It was probably something silly because I would have been a kid. I think it was something like Wookie Monster. Yeah, just give them a hollering at and they tend to go away. You're not an old fart. You're not stale and eggy. That is the thing. As you get older, people look younger. It's I mean, only a few years ago, I got asked for ID to buy to buy. Yeah, I think it was a DVD. It was an 18 rated DVD. And it was have you got ID? Just looked at the girl and went, "Are you serious?" Yeah, well, let's just say, Rod, he would have been having his Christmas dinner through a straw. It was one of those where time slows down and instinct takes over, and so it's when I'm walking around looking grumpy, wearing all black, leather jacket, boots. Now, I don't look like a victim. I look like the kind of person you go around. I mean, hell, back in the past, people did literally used to cross the street to avoid me. Yeah, it's. I mean, I hate to say it, but I think there is a lot of lazy parenting going around these days. It's like they expect the schools to teach everything. I The thing is, Cheryl, you look young and you're only ickle, so that's understandable. But I've got white stubble. Yeah, I had full on like 3 or 4 days growth, which is basically a beard, and now I look like Santa. And I got asked for ID. I just looked at this girl and, "You serious?" So I had to check because if you look under 25, I'm like, "Well, I don't carry ID." Yeah, that's the thing for it. When I was under 18, I never got asked for ID. Now I could walk into a shop and buy cigs and beers, no worries whatsoever. The best one, yeah, don't go full on Sharpie. Yeah, it's never a. Yeah, you don't never go full Sharpie. I try not to. When I do, things don't go well. Um, well, if you will go in with your uniform on there, Mandy, then yeah, I think it's now my eyebrows are going white as well. So yeah, I forget my birthday as well, Prawny. Accountant. Yeah, yeah. I mean, I kind of understand. I mean, I've asked when I've been on checkouts, I've asked 30-something women for ID for their age. Um, it's, you can't be too careful, but I mean, sometimes it's blindingly obvious. Sometimes you have a bit of a joke. Someone who's obviously a pensionable age. You got ID, just as a joke. But yeah, it's. I was like, the best one I had was I just filled up my motorbike with fuel. This is going back a long time. And there were no L plates on the motorbike, which meant I had a full bike license, which meant minimum is 17. So I've gone in, filled up, gone to pay for me fuel, no worries, no problems, and then gone, oh crap, and pack 20 Marlboro Reds as well, please. And then I got asked for ID, and the age for cigarettes was 16. How the hell can someone sell you petrol for a motorbike when you're wearing a helmet and the minimum, even if it had been a 50 with L plates, you got to be 16 and then ask ID for the cigs? I just looked at them like, what? Well, yeah. Everyone likes a discount, and I'm a flirt, so I always end up. It's one of those things where I wasn't a checkout person, but I was checkout trained. I was goods in, or as they call it, backdoor, which is just wrong. Don't tell me I'm doing backdoor, because it's just too many jokes, too easy. But I'd go down, help out on checkouts when they were busy or whatever, and I always ended up with a queue of the old ladies. All the old ladies would come and see me. And there's all the proper checkout people just sat there with nothing to do, and I'm like, I don't want to be here. I've got stuff to do out back. Hey, Bluegill and Bass. Yeah, they might have done. You're perfectly on time, Scott. I can go a bit longer if you want. How you doing anyway, bud? Sorry about what happened in your fish room. Yeah. There were two of us at work there called John, and I was known as Backdoor John. Congratulations, Bluegill. No need to apologise, Scott. As so many of us, actually, probably the back door is the hardest job in the supermarket. The goods in is physically the hardest job, and probably mentally as well, because you really got to know what you're doing and be on the ball. But yeah, Scott, there's so many of us streaming, putting out content that it's virtually impossible to watch everything that everyone does. So, I try and watch as much as I can. Leave the likes, watch the ads. As you know, I'll leave a comment as well. But you just can't. Now, if you tried to watch all of the fish tube, you would have no life. You would basically be 24/7, I think. But anyway, thanks for turning up, Scott. Hope you and Liz are okay and you got everything sorted out following the electrical breaker problems. Now, you're not letting me. I don't hold anyone. No, I don't say you have to come and watch my stream. No, if you got the time and you feel like it, turn up, chill out, have a laugh, have a natter, talk about random subjects like backdoors and aliens and all sorts of weirdness. But don't feel you're letting people down, Scott. You do plenty enough for the community. You know, it's, I would say same with Candy. I mean, I've not seen her today either in D's or here, but yeah, the amount Candy does, she deserves a day off every so often. You know, the only reason I modded Candy was because it looked weird not having her name in blue. You know, it's just, yeah, it's. Yeah, but I'll say probably I'll tune in. I'll watch it afterwards. No, that's due water change tomorrow, Scott. That gets actually Tuesday. That gets water changed on Tuesday. That one. But you know the trick to the crystal clear water. You're gonna love it. Old school box filter up that corner behind the wood, just stuffed with filter floss. You know. Yeah, that's what it is. Just filter floss, polyfill, stuffed in a box filter. There's nothing better for polishing the water. You could have 8,000 FX6s on there with 38 tons of the Biohome Ultimate. And yeah, it's not going to polish the water anywhere near as well as a simple box filter will. Yeah, that's one of my things that I'm trying to work out how to word and put a video scientifically enough. So I've got to do a bit of research as well. Yeah. About filters and filter media, because I'm not entirely sure that posh and expensive media is. I'm sure expensive media isn't worth it, and I'm not entirely sure it does anything either. Because I'm thinking, thinking laterally as I tend to do. To me, the bacteria in the filter is going to want to go to where the food is, correct? No. In general, wildlife goes to where the food is. Now, what do they feed on? Well, they feed on the ammonia and the detritus and the waste, blah, blah, blah. Where does that go? Well, that gets caught in the first piece of sponge in the filter. So my thinking is probably the majority of the bacteria are in the coarse foam, the coarse sponge. You know, rather than having, however much special media with whatever surface area, and I'm sure a lot of tanks have. Now, I'm not going to slate anyone for doing what they feel is right or what works for them, but I think a lot of people get away with a lot less filter biomedia in their filters. Take some out, make space for some filter floss. Yeah, I mean, the floss catches all the tiny fine particles. I mean, it's like there's two honking great chunks of driftwood in there. Right? There's no tannins. They're leaching tannins like crazy. Now, because I had the pump didn't go wrong. The lines came off the air pump. I didn't notice for a day or two, and the water went tea coloured. Hang on, why is the water tea coloured? And then realised, there's no air coming through it. There was a sponge filter there, and then the box filter over there. So I plugged the air lines back in, and within a few hours, the water was crystal clear again. Sounds to me like it's pulling the tannins out of the water as well. There's no carbon in there either. And the U4 filter has got the pads in it, which have got the carbon pads in, but they've been in there about 6 months. So, the carbon's not doing anything anymore. So, I mean, there's no chemical filtration in any of my tanks. There's minimal biological media in any of my tanks. It's pretty much all just sponge and filter floss. Yeah, no, we all deserve the old subs, Rod. If you got videos up, you deserve some subs. We can all learn something from somebody. And yeah, if you're part of the fish fam, you're a part of the fish fam. You'll get the subs back. That's the way it works. There's a lot of us, the smaller channels, which I do. Yeah, I know I've got perhaps more subscribers than some, but then I have my channel for quite a long time, and a lot of my subs have come from the modeling side of things. But YouTube isn't going to push our channels if we've got 30, 40 videos, 300, 400 subs. Videos are getting maybe 100, 200 views. YouTube's not going to push that when they can push someone that's going to get 1 million views, purely because of the ad revenue they're going to make off of it. Yeah. Oh, I'm great at what not to do, James. That's my entire life story, is a what not to do. And so you should be happy, Scott. You got cute dogs, gorgeous fish, and a lovely lady. Oh, movies with cats and stuff. Yeah, yeah. I can see you enjoying both of those, Scott. Cats isn't necessarily for me, and I just don't go to the movies. But yeah, so I'll say, because YouTube's not going to promote us smaller channels, then we have to promote ourselves and group together, cross-pollinate, as it were, each sub to each and view each. And now we can't all watch everyone's videos all the time, but it's all extra views, extra watch time, extra likes, and it'll gradually work up. And as Pam found this week, Pam's now monetized. So congrats, Pam. Yeah, I figured cats might be more Liz's thing, but you'll be the dutiful man. You'll do your job, and you'll go and sit there and either enjoy it or pretend to enjoy it. Yeah. Within our community, build our community. The more people that are in the community and working together, the bigger it gets. The more chance there is for more of us to get to the monetization level. But then don't abandon the community. You got to stay in it. Yeah, I mean, that's one of the problems in the modeling community, Scott, is you'll get kicked off of Facebook groups for putting a link to one of your videos up. Now, I've had people ask me, or they put a post up, ask how to do something, and I've said, yeah, I know what to do. This is how you do it. I've got a video on it. they go, can I have a link? Because, it's easier that way. It's like, yeah, fair enough. So I posted a link to the video. I mean, bear in mind, this is in the comments on a comment thread, separate. It's not like on the main thing. And I got banned from the page for posting a link which answered someone's question on a Facebook group that was supposed to be about Q&A, hints and tips. Because now you're self-promoting. You're just trying to make money. But seriously, I'm trying to help someone. But yeah, you don't get that in the fish fan. Yeah, start from A New Hope, Cheryl. Parts 1, 2, and 3, just don't bother watching. They don't exist. Yeah, I don't spend a huge amount of time on Facebook, and well, no, probably more than is healthy, but it's, yeah. I mean, don't just join a group to spam them with links to YouTube videos. Yeah, that's not going to go down well. But I'll post a link, but I'll answer questions. I'll help people out if I can, or give my opinion on things, or yeah. I think I've got to join your page, Scott. Sorry, bud, but yeah. Again, just so many channels, so many groups, so many pages, so many everything. It's you forget what you've signed up for, what you haven't, what you subscribed to. Oh, I forget who it was, but there was someone pretty big this week, and I was like, really? I'm not subscribed? It's like, damn, I've been watching your videos for months. How the hell am I not subscribed? Well, yeah, we all got to get more fish, Rockford. That's completely understandable. But yeah, I mean, there are definitely worse movies out there, Scott, but the the Farting Man-Arse, that is particularly awful. Jar Jar Binks is a crime against humanity. Yep. Once I'm done here, which bloody hell, I've been going over 2 hours now. Yeah. Once I'm done here, I'll sort myself out, and I'll do I'll look up King and Queen cichlids on Facebook or Faceache or Fastbook. Yeah, I am in the FishTube notification squad, although I keep forgetting to post my links there. Actually, I'm not the most how can I put it, savvy when it comes to social media. Yeah, Ewan McGregor as Obi-Wan was good. Who was it? Hayden Christensen as Anakin Skywalker. Oh God. Oh, I mean, he was almost as bad as Kylo Ren. Will do, Scott. 2,500 models, 3-pack ones. I've not seen them, Rockford. But in my general experience of sci-fi kits based off of movies, they generally suck quite hard. General lack of detail, bad fit, sink marks, flash, ejector pin marks where you don't want them. I think the ones for the games are actually pretty good, although tiny. Right, has nice legs. I can't disagree. I can't say that she's unattractive. She's not my type, but you know. I have certainly been and the Mandalorian. I haven't, Prawny. No, I don't have Disney Plus, and I would refuse to have Disney Plus on the simple fact that it's Disney. Um, that is, yeah. I'm over the age of 5, so I don't do Disney generally anymore. Just the occasional Star Trek movie, and that's about it. Star Trek, Star Wars, same difference. Um, Battle Trek Gate Wars, that's the one. Uh, yeah, I'm just one of these. I'm not too bothered. I mean, people go on, oh, spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. Yeah, by the time I get around to watching it, like the DVDs come out or whatever, I'll have forgotten any spoilers. Now, you know, I'm just winding people up, Mandy. It's because you know none of these TV or movie sci-fi universes have got anything on the Warhammer 40,000 universe. There is just so much to that. Yeah. When you compare, you know, the intergalactic or the galactic empire up against the armies of the Imperium, wouldn't stand a chance. Star Trek, the Federation, the Borg, all that wouldn't stand a chance. None of them. Battlestar Galactica would be over in seconds. Yeah, the Tau are quite funny. The little blue bloods or blueberries, the communists of the galaxy. I was always an Eldar player. But yeah. When you've got, well, the Warhammer 40,000 universe is the Imperium of Man basically runs the Milky Way. There are thousands of warships, each with weaponry completely capable of destroying a planet. I'm not. No, I don't watch Eckhart Slider, but I'll add that to my list of things to do, Prawny. Yeah, that sounds too complex for me, Rockford. I don't do Google Drive or anything like that. No, I'm not. I know what it's about and I know what's going on, kind of. But you know, I'll get around to it. It'll be out on DVD short enough. Oh, what's this coming out in spring? Probably by summertime next year. That'll be about. Yeah. Anyway, I've been going now for best part of 2 hours 10 minutes, and I've had my legs crossed for about the last 40 minutes. So I'm gonna say fare thee well, peeps. Unless there's any last minute questions of anything important, I will catch most of you probably in Joseph's stream in about 50 minutes. Joseph, get yourself sorted out. And thanks for watching. Thanks for being here. Thanks for joining in the chat, having a laugh, having a bit of banter, putting the world to rights, and hopefully see you on the week at the same time. Bye-bye.